But you're not an easy woman to suit. I mean...
Is any woman easy to suit?
I'm from the country, and there's a saying, a hit dog will holler. Only women with high body counts would be worried if men are obsessing over women with high body counts.
Hey, are you girls lost?
No.
Why are you outside the kitchen?
What did he say? You only married once, though. Are you picky?
Once was enough.
Who picky about men?
I'm very choosy about friends. I'm very choosy about people. I love people, but I'm very choosy because I prefer to be alone rather than to be around people who are trashy.
I think, but don't you frighten men?
You have to ask them.
Well,
I'm asking you.
Yes. Yes, I think you frighten men. I think you know, a man would sort of... Why did you leave Hollywood? Why did you leave
Nobody
Hollywood?
for me to play with. I am not black enough to be considered black, and I'm not white enough to be considered white, and therefore I don't fit in anywhere, and I don't think I ever want to fit in. I want them to fit into me.
But you're not an easy woman to suit. I mean...
Is any woman easy to suit? Obviously, this is why you men are having a lot of trouble with yourselves.
You think that aggressive women like you, cause men like me to shrivel up
To
and
fall
run?
apart.
If there is anybody here who objected to this wedding, please speak now or forever hold your peace.
You would think with all the women that are into zodiac signs, they would know a cosmic sign when they heard one.
Y'all know I speak on marriage and how I would love to get married, but marriage is not for everybody, and I do not want to push that envelope on the masses, okay? I feel like everybody should do what works for their relationship, okay? Everybody's relationship dynamic is different, and I just preach, find the person that is for you, okay? It doesn't have to be for everybody. Everybody doesn't have to like what you do, okay? Find what works for you and your partner. What makes y'all happy. I just want y'all to be on the same note. I want y'all to be able to communicate efficiently in these relationships. I want y'all to be open and vulnerable. That's what I want, okay? I want honesty and commitment between y'all relationships. So it's not that I'm just preaching marriage. I want you to be happy in your relationship.
Ladies, you better act fast, because technology is advancing. Don't let AI put you out of a job and a relationship.
Here's a question for you. Something that many men wish for, but for Matt Barr, being well endowed has affected his entire life.
Matt has Britain's biggest penis, measuring over 12 inches when erect, which is more than double the average size.
Far from being a gift, though, Matt's large...
Is it me, or does this guy seem like he's not all that happy? You wouldn't be able to shut most men up about it.
penis comes with some equally large challenges, and he joins us now to discuss some of those. Morning to you, Matt.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in. Many people would observe this and the idea of being well endowed being a bit of a dream, but for you, it can be a nightmare. Is that right?
Yes, I think people have, it's a very insalubrious topic to bring up. So I think people have learnt a lot of myths from pornography and stuff where they don't realise the implications that it would have when you're actually living with the situation on a day-to-day basis.
When did you first realise that perhaps you had a little bit more than some of your classmates or some of your teammates in a sports team or something like that?
I mean, predictably, it was in the showers at school. I think that's when everyone has the first encounter with what anyone else looks like. So I sort of grew up as well before the internet as well, so there wasn't even any real expectation of that stuff. And then had a book that my parents gave me about sex education, and I sort of compared myself to the book, and I was larger, soft than the book said. That was normal, erect at that point. I was like, that is... how do you deal with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a teenager, it's tough.
Well, yeah, and at that age, all kids want to do is fit in and be the same as everybody else, essentially.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. It's people will make fun of you or, for being a freak, whatever the element is, even if it's something that's beneficial in life in some ways.
Yeah.
It is not what people want.
Yeah.
They want to just be normal. And when you're not, it's an easy point, especially when I was a very shy kid, so it was not easy to fit in.
Yeah, and you kind of want to dispel this myth, essentially, that bigger isn't always better.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, besides the practical issues, I think it does come... A lot of the things people think about, it's more virile, you're more manly or stuff. Again, these are just myths you get because the people who are bragging about it often are... A lot of times people brag about it just overcompensating, for example, or they just, they want to promote themselves doing adult work where that is a selling point.
Sure.
But it's not, again... It's not,
in everyday life.
In everyday life, it's not.
Quite
And so for the normal person who has that, well, again, not normal at this size, but it wouldn't be beneficial.
Yes.
There is, so look, we've got this ruler with us just to try and illustrate. So this essentially is how big your penis is when it's erect.
Oh, yeah, obviously the thickness is a lot bigger, but yes.
Yes, and of course, we're not taking into the girth.
Which is the real issue.
So the practicalities of something like that, as much as people might go, gosh, it would be amazing to be so well endowed, what is the reality of that for you, Matt?
I mean, the reality is you just have to consider it. It's obviously, I want to say, it's the biggest problem in the world right now. Of course it's not. But it's just something that affects you in a way that people don't think about because they only think about this stuff when it comes to adult content.
Yeah.
People, or pub jokes, for example, lads cracking jokes. I grew up in the time of the Lad Mag when that was like a very much, bigger is better was the ethos.
This reminds me of when people say, well, money doesn't buy you happiness. Well, I'll tell you what, let me find out for myself first, all right? That's all I got for you today, guys. Appreciate you for tuning in. On your way out, go ahead and hit click, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.